watching the Florida Sports Programming Network.
It's time for Southwest Eagle Fall Baseball on the Florida Sports Programming Network. Today we're at Andre Dawson Field on the campus of Miami Southwest Senior High School for some fall baseball between the visiting Wolverines of Belen and the home team, the Southwest Eagles. The Belen Jesuit Wolverines are led by their head coach, Jesse Fernandez. And the home team Eagles are taking the field right now, and they are led by their coach, Mandy Pelaez, Arvis Duranona, J.C. Diaz, Placido, Carlos Angulo, Jerry Duarte, and Miguel Tejada round out the coaching staff for your Southwest Eagles today. This ought to be a good one. The Cross City rivals, Belen, are paying a visit here to your Southwest Eagles. Two good pitchers on the mound today for the Eagles. It's Euclid Alvarez. You'll see these. Alvarez, the big right-hander, throws a lot of strikes. You can call him their ace. I'm comfortable with calling him their ace. And on the other side of the coin, we have Marcelo Lorente. We'll be right back with the starting lineups right after this on the Florida Sports Programming Network. Welcome back to Andre Dawson Field for some fall baseball between the Wolverines and the Southwest Eagles. The Wolverines starting lineup is Jake Cueto playing center field. He's batting right now from the left side. And the first pitch of the fall is in there for a strike. We only have one umpire. The second batter and the second baseman is Andres Gross. He'll be followed by David Garrido, Landy Montiel, Peter Lopez in right field, David Del Pino, Joe Batista's doing some catching, Guille Corradi is in left field, and Danny Lopez rounds out the Wolverine lineup. And it's a beautiful afternoon. Happy Tuesday, everybody, to wherever you are. We're at Andre Dawson Field on the campus of the Miami Southwest Senior High School. As Cueto hits that one foul. And we couldn't have painted a better picture for baseball today. It's about 71 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. And it's a great day for fall baseball. Another foul ball brings the count to, I believe, 1 ball and 2 strikes to the batter, Jake Cueto. He's the center fielder. Jesse Fernandez, in his third year as head coach of these Wolverines, standing on third base. Valdez with an off-speed pitch and a defensive swing by Cueto just to stay alive. Alvarez is a big right-hander. He's working from the full windup. He brings it to his face. And here's his 1-2 pitch high to even the count at 2, I believe. We're going to see another good pitcher for the Wolverines in Marcelo Llorente. Alvarez into his windup. Takes his time, he kicks and he deals, and that ball's high, and the count's filled to Jake Cueto, the center fielder. Alvarez doesn't want to lose him. Takes his time after he digs in, but finally kicks and deals, and that fastball's lifted into right field. Valdez goes back to the fence, and that one's gone. And that's the way you want to start off the game against a big right-hander. A solo shot to right field by Jake Cueto, and that gives the Wolverines 1 run and 1 batter. Doesn't take much to hit it out down the right field line here at Southwest Field. Cueto did just that. Well, he got around on a high pitch, a 3-2 pitch. And that ball's hit foul. Sorry, that was Tyler Villamar in right field. Again, Alvarez on the mound for the Eagles. He comes set. Reyes is behind the plate. There's another foul ball. Max Rico's playing third base. Michael Cabrera is your shortstop. A.J. Perez is over at second base. That ball's hit right behind the infield. Villamor comes over and makes the out. There's one out here in the top of the first inning. It's going to bring up the third batter and third baseman David Garrido. Right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher. Alvarez comes with an off-speed pitch, and it's called a strike by the umpire. There's another strike pumped in there. Matthews playing first base. It's Villamor, Bell, and Valdez in the outfield for Mandy Pelaez's Eagles. Here's the 0-2 offering. Swung on. Fouled straight back. Quick run here in the first inning. Leadoff batter Cueto goes yard. Alvarez takes his time on the mound. Finally comes to the plate and throws that one in the dirt for a ball. Hard throwing right-hander. He's got a few pitches. We've seen the curveball. We've seen a slider. Of course, that fastball. Here comes Alvarez 0-2. Just outside. One ball, two strikes. That ball swung through for out number 2 and a strikeout swinging. That's going to bring up the fourth batter, the first baseman, Landy Montiel. So with 2 outs and nobody on, Alvarez trying to limit the damage here for just 1 run. Trying to clean things up here. There's a strike. That's the way you want to start it off. Anthony Reyes is the catcher. Alvarez the pitcher. That ball swung on and fouled straight back. So quickly 0-2 to the first baseman, Landy Montiel. Landy from the right side. Fastball taken upstairs for ball 1. comes Alvarez from the full windup. That off-speed pitch is swung through for strike number 3, and that's going to end the inning. But not after one run for the visiting Wolverines. And your Southwest Eagles are coming up to bat, and you're watching fall baseball from Andre Dawson Field on the Florida Sports Programming Network. Welcome back to Andre Dawson Field on the campus of Miami Southwest High School, where we have some fall baseball between the visiting Belen Wolverines and the home team, the Southwest Eagles, and you're watching it on right here on FSPN. Remember to subscribe and follow us. And if you want your game broadcasted professionally, book it now for spring 2025. We do league games. We can do little league games, rec games, and high school games. So on the mound today for the Wolverines, we have a right-handed pitcher, Marcelo Llorente. And your Southwest Eagles lineup is going to be the first batter, A.J. Perez, playing second base. Then it's Cristian Alvarez in left field. Albert Bell is playing center field, batting third. Michael Cabrera, the shortstop, is batting fourth. And it's Pedro Martinez, the DH. And it's Matthew, followed by Anthony and Max Rico. And that's your lineup for the Southwest Eagles. I'm Uncle Muggs bringing you the play-by-play today from the booth. We'll have a special co-host with me here in a few minutes. We're going to have one of the players give us some insight on his Southwest Eagle team. Meanwhile, it's a beautiful afternoon, Tuesday, December 3rd, and we're at Andre Dawson Field getting ready for the bottom of the first inning for some fall baseball. Llorente will face Perez, Valdez, and then Albert Bell. Michael Cabrera is the fourth batter this inning. Joe Batista is behind the plate. Like we mentioned, Marcelo Llorente is on the mound. David Garrido is playing third base. The shortstop is Danny Lopez. Andres Gross is at second base. Landy Montiel's at first base. And the first pitch from Llorente is taken for a strike by the center fielder. The second baseman, A.J. Perez. Llorente pitching from the stretch. Throws that one inside. It almost hits the left-handed hitting second baseman for the Eagles. Llorente taking his time. And there he pumps one in. Strike two now. There's the two-strike pitch. Just a little bit outside for ball one. Your outfield for the Wolverines, it's Guille in left field, Guille Corradi. Jake Cueto's in center field. And Peter Lopez rounds out the outfield for the Wolverines. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the second baseman. He looks at that one low. Evens the count at 2-2. Swung on and fouled straight back. The left-handed batting Perez not going down without a fight here. Scrappy left-handed batter, second baseman, can play all around the infield. Comes from a long line of Perez players. Older brother Kiki was a standout when he played here. Llorente's pitch swung on and a softly hit ground ball to shortstop. Lopez comes up, fires across, but not in time. The speedy Perez beats it out for an infield single, and that's the way you want to start things off here. Perez hit it off the end of the bat. It was a slow 2-bouncer to the shortstop, Lopez. And now with a runner on first, it'll bring up Joe Valdez, another left-handed batter. Llorente comes set. Umpire calls out a strike, even though it looked a little high. 1-0 Belen lead here at the bottom of the first inning at Andre Dawson Field. Perez inching off of first. That ball goes all the way to the backstop. Perez is going to go around second. He's going to hold up there. A pass ball. Now we have a runner in scoring position for the Eagles. 1-1 count to the left fielder, Joe Valdez. Lopez behind Perez at second. Llorente comes home, and what a block by Joe Batista back there. Saved an extra base. Llorente let go a 55-foot breaking ball. One hop Batista off the chest. Now Valdez with a hitter's count. Llorente takes a peek at Perez at second. Now he comes to the plate. The pitch is swung on and missed. Looked like a fastball right down the middle. Evens the count at 2-2. Albert Bell's on deck. We want to get Albert Bell and Michael Cabrera up for the Eagles, especially with runners on base. Llorente from the stretch comes to the plate and low and inside, gets away from Batista. Perez is going to cruise into third base easily. Llorente now with his best stuff today. Couple in the dirt, one against the fence. The count goes to 3-2 on the left-handed batting left fielder for the Eagles, Joe Valdez. Llorente's pitch swung on and a ground ball to first base. It gets by Montiel, and that's going to score a run for the Eagles, and they're going to tie it up with an answer here in the bottom of the first inning with a base hit and an RBI by Joe Valdez. That looked like a fastball that was turned on inside. Landy Montiel tried to olay that one, and it got under his glove all the way to the corner in right field. And it's going to bring up Albert Bell, the right-handed batting center fielder for the Eagles. Valdez takes a lead. Bell swings through that one for strike one. An RBI base hit. Here's Albert Bell. Right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher, a throw over to first. Valdez back in time. They always take care of me here at Southwest Field. Just got some hot chocolate brought to me. It's good. Bell swings and fouls out one straight back, and quickly he's in the hole. No balls and 2 strikes with 1 out in the bottom of the first inning. His partner Valdez is on first base, and he has an RBI with a base hit. A couple wild pitches from Llorente. And now he hits that one up the middle. It finds a hole right over second base. Valdez is going to hold up on second. And some great piece of hitting there by Albert Bell. Strong enough to roll over that one, and it found its way through the infield between Lopez and Gross for the second hit of the inning. And the Eagles have runners on first and second with 1 out. And the shortstop is up. He's the 4th batter for the Eagles. Batting from the right side, it's Michael Cabrera. Llorente looks at the runner on second, Valdez, and that first pitch swung on. It's hit to the right side of the infield. Montiel's calling it. He makes the catch for the second out. Fly ball to the first baseman. First pitch swinging there by the fourth batter. And that's going to bring up the DH. He's also a great pitcher. His name is Pedro Martinez. He's batting from the right side, and with a base hit, he can give the Eagles the lead here in the bottom of the first inning, pardon me. Valdez on second, Bell on first, and they both go a double steal. The ball's in the dirt. Batista throws a one-hopper over to Garrido, but everybody's safe. A double steal, an aggressive move there by Mandy Pelaez. Now both runners are just 90 feet closer. And Martinez with a chance here with a base hit to give his Eagles the lead. The corners are creeping in. Garrido and Montiel are on the grass. Llorente's pitch is in the dirt again. It gets by Batista, and here comes Valdez. He's going to score, and it's going to give the Eagles a lead. In the bottom of the first inning, 2-1, and that a way to bounce back, take advantage of a little bit of wildness from Llorente, and that's going to induce a visit to the mound by the pitching coach for the Wolverines. Let's see if he's going to take him out or leave him in there. It is early in the game. He brings the whole infield in for a meeting. Trying to calm down the right-hander a little bit. We're going to keep it here. Pedro Martinez is your batter. 2-1 ball game. It's a good time to mention your spring game or your league game can be broadcasted professionally right here on YouTube on the Florida Sports Programming Network. Send us an email or give us a call and book your game now. Spaces are limited for the spring. Remember to subscribe and like and forward this so we can continue to bring you this content for what's left of the fall season and the 2025 spring season. 2-1 game here in favor of the home team. Llorente throws another one in the dirt. That one's blocked by Batista. The count goes 3-0 to the designated hitter, Pedro Martinez. Matthews on deck. And there's ball four to load up the bases. I'm sorry to have the runners in the corners. Matthews steps in. He's the first baseman for these Eagles. Wouldn't be surprised if the runner steals here. Cabrera stays on. Llorente puts one right down the pipes. Runners on first and third, a 2-1 lead for your home team, the Eagles. Albert Bell's on third. Pedro Martinez is on first base. And the pitch is lined to shortstop right over the leaping Peter Lopez in the gap. Bell's going to score. Martinez is going to go to third base. And the hustling Matthew gets to second on a double. And an RBI. And it's going to make it 3-1 in favor of the home team, the Southwest Eagles. The catcher, Anthony Reyes, steps into the box from the right side with a chance to extend this lead. 2-out rally here by the Eagles. Llorente's a hot shot over to Garrido. Fakes the home and now comes all the way over to first to Montiel for the second out of the inning. The runners had to hold. Reyes hit that ball sharply to third base. Now standing in is the right fielder, Tyler Villamar. Runners on second and third. Llorente puts one in there for a strike. 3-1 Eagle lead. Martinez on third base, and that's strike three. We'll be right back with more fall baseball right here from Andre Dawson Field on the campus of Miami Southwest Senior High School. Welcome back to Andre Dawson Field here on the campus of Miami Southwest Senior High School, home of the Eagles, where they're taking on the cross-city rivals, the Belen Jesuit Wolverines, on the Florida Sports Programming Network. It's fall baseball. We have a new pitcher. His name is Pedro Martinez, just like the big leaguer. He's a tall, lanky, right-handed pitcher. He's going to face Peter Lopez, David Del Pino, Joe Batista, and if anybody gets on for the Wolverines, it's going to be Guille Corradi, the left fielder. And it was an exciting first inning. 3-1 lead here for the Eagles over the Belen Wolverines. Wolverines started out with one run off of a home run. The leadoff batter, Jake Cueto. Then in the bottom of the inning, AJ got things started with a base hit, followed by Christo Valdez, and another hit by Albert Bell. That gave him 3 runs, a double by Matthew, the catcher, and we're sitting at the top of the second inning with a 3-1 lead for the home team. And a new pitcher, Pedro Martinez. And he's got a live fastball. Lopez swings right through that one. A lot of life to that Martinez fastball. Lopez wearing number 61. He's the right fielder. And there's an off-speed pitch that looked like it fell off the table. Boy, that had some good downward movement on it. And quickly there's 2 strikes to Lopez. That one just got away from Martinez. Martinez showing good command. That ball was a little bit outside. The count goes to 2-2. Beautiful afternoon for baseball here in South Florida. Picasso couldn't have painted a better afternoon. Clear blue skies, and there's strike 3 looking. Lopez looks at that off-speed pitch, which is just vicious from Martinez. Going to bring up the DH, David Del Pino. He's also a right-handed batter. And there's a ball to Martinez. Sorry, Del Pino, the DH. He swings at that one and fouls it straight back. That one sounded like it got a car. Today I parked further down the right field line, way out of the way of any danger of fly balls hitting your vehicle. So if you're ever at Southwest Park, Southwest Field here at Eagle Country, you don't want to park right behind home plate. Another off-speed pitch, and it buckles him. But that did catch a piece of Del Pino, who turned his back on the ball. So he gets hit by a pitch and makes his way down to first base. And that'll bring up the catcher, Joe Batista, also batting from the right side. Top of the second inning, an exciting first inning. And now Martinez, from the stretch, goes right back to that pitch. He has confidence in that curveball. Del Pino creeps off of first. That's called the ball by the umpire, the only umpire we have today, and he's standing right behind the mound, so he's responsible for the balls and strikes, and then he calls in the outfield and on the bases. David Del Pino, the DH, is on first base. Pedro Martinez is your pitcher. And that ball's fouled back by Joe Batista. 2-1 now to the catcher for Jesse Fernandez's Wolverines. We came here to face the Eagles. Martinez throws that fastball high. 3-1 now the count to the catcher. Martinez deals. That ball swung on and fouled back, and we'll do it right all over again. 3-2 now. Sun is setting right over home plate, right behind home plate, right over the booth here. That ball swung on and missed. Batista goes down swinging for the second out of this inning. The runner on first now. The Wolverines send up the left fielder, Guille Corradi. Corradi from the right side. Let's see if Jesse puts his runner in motion. Del Pino stays put. Martinez pumps in a strike. I like the way Martinez works. Very confident in his off-speed pitches. Quick delivery. There's another one, but that was short. Quick delivery, compact, not a lot of movement. Brings it all towards the plate. Live fastball, as I mentioned. A very exceptional curveball. There's a fastball outside. Count goes to 2-1 on the left fielder, Corradi. He'll be followed by Danny Lopez, the shortstop. Right now, Martinez is trying to polish up this top of the second inning. He pumps another strike in there to even the count. That had to be high 80s. Martinez from the stretch. Throws the off-speed pitch, and it's called strike 3. That's going to end the inning. So the Wolverines will leave one runner on base, 3 strikeouts for Martinez. Your score is the Southwest Eagles 3 and the visiting Belen Wolverines 1. And we'll be back with the bottom of the second inning right after these messages. Welcome back to Andre Dawson Field for some fall baseball between the Belen Wolverines and the home team, the Southwest Eagles. We have a good one here. It's 3-1 in favor of the home team. It's Uncle Muggs coming to you from the booth, the beautiful press box here at Andre Dawson Field. Mandy and JC were nice enough to let me in, and I'd love to be here for all their home games. And we have a good one for you here today. The Crosstown rivals, the Belen Wolverines, are going up against the home team, Mandy's Eagles. We're heading to the bottom of the second inning. The home team, the Eagles, scrapped for a few runs there. They bounced back after a leadoff home run by Cueto. Llorente is still on the mound for the visiting Wolverines. The left-handed batting, Max Rico is up. Llorente's first pitch is fouled to the left side. And that hit a car. Boy, they're 2 for 2 with foul balls. Max Rico playing third base today. Llorente from the stretch. Throws that one low. The count is 1-1 now to the third baseman. Max Rico had a double and a walk in last week's game right here versus the Now it's a hitter's count for Rico. He's been swinging the bat well this fall. Llorente hasn't been his best today. Some control issues. He kicks and he deals out one low. The count goes 3-1 to Max Rico. The leadoff batter, A.J. Perez, is on deck. And he got on with a base hit. And he scored the first run for the Eagles. And that ball's drilled into left center field. Cueto's got a beat on it. And he makes a play deep into left center field for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the second baseman, A.J. Perez. Like I mentioned, A.J. with a base hit and scored a run in the first inning. Left-handed batter, right-handed pitcher. Llorente's first pitch is looked at low by Perez. That ball swung on and fouled straight back. Some people say Perez. Other people like to say Perez. It just depends what side of Westchester you're on. If my mother were hearing this broadcast, she'd say, Espere, niño, pere. Llorente's pitch is swung on low for strike two by Perez. The senior left-handed batting today, playing second base. One ball, two strikes. Marcelo Llorente is the pitcher for the Wolverines. That off-speed pitch is low. An easy take there to even the count at 2-2. When the ball's down around your ankles, you know not to swing. Daddy Kike will get upset if you swing at that one, turn you into a golfer. Here's the 2-2 to Perez. Take it inside. Now the count runs full. So with one out, Perez trying to get on here, get something going for his Eagles. And he takes that one for a strike three called by the umpire. Perez not too happy with that call, shakes his head, goes back to the dugout. There's two outs here in the bottom of the second inning. He's going to bring up to bat Cristo Valdez, the left fielder. He had a base hit and an RBI. He also scored a run in his last at-bat. The Eagles sent up 8 batters in the first inning. Valdez batting from the left side. Swings at the first pitch, and that one's lifted in left field. Carate's under it. He calls it for the second out. Sorry, for the third out of the inning. And after 2.5 innings of play, it's the home team, the Eagles 3, and the visiting Wolverines 1. We'll be right back with more fall baseball on FSPN. Welcome back to Andre Dawson Field, everyone, for some fall baseball. Early December between the visiting Belen Jesuit Wolverines and the home team, the Southwest Eagles. And we have a new pitcher on the mound today for your Eagles. It's the senior right-hander, Caleb Hernandez. If you remember that name, he was in the booth here with me about a week or so ago to do the Barracuda game, and he gave us some insight, and here's a chance for us to take a peek at him. Uncle Muggs coming to you from the booth here at Southwest. I love coming here. They got a nice press box, the best, well, one of the best concession stands. Let me not get in trouble with my Killian contingent or the folks over at South Ridge where they have great tequeños. But we do have a great setup here at Southwest Field, and we're going to take a look at the senior. And if you want to say that this Eagle pitching staff is stacked, I mean, we just saw 3 good pitchers. We saw Alvarez, Pedro Martinez, and now Hernandez here. He'll be facing the right-handed batting Danny Lopez, the shortstop. Then it's the top of the order with Jake Cueto, who led off with the home run. Then it's Andres Gross, and if anybody gets on for the Wolverines, it's David Garrido. And there's another strike. So Caleb filling it up here early to the last batter. That one's taken a little high for a ball, but a live fastball right off the bat for Caleb. And Alvarez as well. Alvarez was throwing really good in the first inning. There's an off-speed pitch. Evens the count at 2-2. Top of the third, 3-1 in favor of the home team. We're at Eagle Country, Andre Dawson Field, right in the heart of Wet'suwet'en. Caleb with an off-speed pitch and a weak swing there by Lopez. Swung right over the top of that one for the first out here. And a strikeout for Caleb. It's going to bring up Jake Cueto, left-handed batter, center fielder. We've seen the power. Villamar's in right field. Albert Bell's in center field. Valdez is in left field, and he's shaded way over. Fastball from Hernandez is high. Quick worker, Hernandez. He just gets the ball back from Reyes and gets it going again. And there's a fastball swung on late and foul ball down the left field line from a left-handed batter. Really late on that one. Cueto led off the game with a home run to right field. Turned Villamar around and ran all the way to the fence, and he ran out of room. It is the shortest part of Andre Dawson Field. Here's the 1-1 from the senior Caleb Hernandez. He gets his sign from Reyes. He didn't like it. He steps off, and they're going to do it again. There's a good look at the left-handed batting Cueto. That one's low. 2 balls and 1 strike now. Cueto looking for a pitch he can drive. Hernandez kicks, and that fastball swung on, and it gets by the first baseman, Matthew. Rolls all the way to Villamar for a clean base hit. Cueto stays hot here for the Wolverines. That's going to bring up to bat the second baseman, Andres Gross. He's a right-handed batter. Clean base hit. Hit it very well. Between the 3 and the 4 hole. Throw over, and he's back in time. Pickoff attempt. Beautiful afternoon. You can see the sun setting now. Clear blue skies. There goes the runner. Reyes comes up firing a little bit behind the runner, and he gets in there in time. So Cueto can not only hit for power, but he's got some good wheels on him. Steals second base. Reyes came up firing on a fastball. Gross is the batter, wearing number 73. He's the second baseman for the Wolverines. That ball's lined over the shortstop into center field. Cueto's going to go to third. The throw comes in, gets cut off by the first baseman. And a solid base hit there by Andres Gross. Here in the top of the third inning, the Wolverines now with some traffic on the bases, runners on first and third with 1 out. In the box for the Wolverines, it's David Garrido. He's the third baseman and the third batter. And Fernandez's Wolverines are looking to make some noise here against the senior. Strike 1. A little bit high to Garrido, but called the strike. Cueto's at third base. That ball's in the dirt, and what a stop by Reyes. Tell you, Reyes made a great stop there. There's a good look at Jesse Fernandez and Cueto talking it over there at third base. Andres Gross is at second base, I'm sorry. And your batter is David Garrido facing Caleb. That ball swung on and hit into center field. Albert calls it. He goes back on it. He gets it. The tag is not going to be in time. The throw comes into third base. We have a 3-2 ball game because Jake Cueto scored on a sac fly off the bat of David Garrido. So 2 outs. Runner had to held up on second base. So 2 outs now for the right-handed Caleb Hernandez, the pitcher for the Eagles, and he's going to have to earn it against Landy Montiel. He's the 4th batter for the Wolverines. He's in the box. He wears number 23. He plays first base. He did strike out his last time up. Hernandez trying to limit the damage here. He takes a peek at the runner, throws that one way inside and almost hits Montiel. Gross is on second base. Hernandez comes set. Fires high for ball 2. There's a good look at Jesse over there at third base. Doing a great job with these Wolverines. We hope to see him in the spring. Hernandez takes a look at Gross, looks again, throws that one in the dirt. The throw back from Reyes all the way to second. Gross gets back in time. The count goes 3-0 to Montiel. Now the pitcher's adjusting his socks or doing something there on the mound. There's a look at Hernandez. Had some equipment issues, and I think he's got everything back together. Here comes J.C. Diaz. J.C. Diaz is the pitching coach for these Eagles, and he's going to come out and see if everything's okay with his right-hander. See if the senior's feeling good. He's all right. Get that camera adjusted. Sorry about that. We're going to keep it here. The trainers are coming out to talk to him. I hope there's nothing wrong with him. They're going to let him throw a couple pitches here. Make sure everything's okay with him. We're going to take a quick break and be right back, and we're going to hope that there's nothing wrong with Caleb Hernandez. You're watching Fall Baseball right here on the Florida Sports Programming Network. Welcome back to Andre Dawson Field. Caleb Hernandez is the pitcher for the Eagles. The trainer had to come out and talk to him, but I think he's okay now. He gives up a walk to Montiel. He's going to put runners on first and second base. Andres Gross, the second baseman, got on by a base hit. He had an RBI. He brought in Jake Cueto. And now the batter is Peter Lopez. And he takes one low. So the trainer came out. Pitching coach J.C. Diaz also came out to talk to the right-hander, Caleb Hernandez, to see if there was something wrong with him. But it looks like he's okay now. Takes a peek at Gross at second. He comes to Lopez with a fastball down the middle for a strike. He seems to be okay now. Gross on second, Montiel on first, 2 outs. And that ball's well hit into left field. There goes Valdez all the way back and makes a tremendous catch and a great effort on the left fielder, on behalf of the left fielder, Cristian Valdez, to end the inning, but not before the Wolverines get a run. And from Eagle Country, it's the home team 3 and the visiting Wolverines 2. We'll be right back with more fall baseball on the Florida Sports Programming Network. Welcome back to Andre Dawson Field on the campus of the Southwest Eagles, where we have some fall baseball between the Eagles and the cross-city rivals, the Belen Wolverines. On the mound for the Wolverines is Marcelo Llorente. Llorente is in his third inning. It's a 3-2 ball game. It's the bottom of the third inning. It's been a really good game so far. Remember to subscribe and follow us and like. And we also have an Instagram channel now called Florida Sports PN. You can follow us there. And we'll keep bringing you this content for the remainder of the fall and for the 2025 spring season. It ought to be a good one. We have over 40 games scheduled, all of local high schools. Right here, your Eagles. We have Killian Cougar games, the Southridge Spartans. So it's Albert Bell, Michael Cabrera, Pedro Martinez, and Matthew up for the Eagles. First pitch from Llorente is taken for a strike. Bell scored a run and a base hit. He's the center fielder for these Eagles, and he's going to play a big part in the offense this upcoming 2025 spring. The off-speed pitch is way low. Here's a good look at Albert Bell. Llorente from the stretch. There's an off-speed pitch that's in there for a strike. That could have been a cutter. The count goes to 1-2 strikes on the right-handed batting Bell. Llorente wearing 00 comes to the plate. That ball swung on and lifted to right field. It's caught by Peter Lopez. Peter Lopez is in right field. Danny Lopez is the shortstop. There's one out here for Cabrera, batting from the right side. First pitch is a strike. 3-2 game here in the fall. Cabrera pumps another one in there. I'm sorry. Llorente pumps another one in there. The 0-2. Looked at low. That ball's foul. Really close to us here at the FSPN booth. Michael Cabrera is the batter. Had 74 at-bats last spring. That off-speed pitch buckles him, and it's taken. Caught looking for the first out of the inning. Second out of the inning. It's going to bring up the DH Pedro Martinez. Pedro, as a batter last spring, hit 400. He only had 20 at-bats, though, but he had 8 hits. 2 of them were doubles. And he hits that grounder softly to the right side of the mound, picked up by the third baseman, who throws it a little bit high and not in time. So that ball looked like it came over the top a little bit. The pitcher, Llorente, tried to get it. Garrido, the third baseman, came in on it and threw high to Montiel. And the Eagles have a runner on. Matthew, who had a base hit and an RBI in the first inning, steps in from the right side, the catcher. Martinez stays on first. Here's the pitch, and it's low for a strike, though. Three to two game. Bottom of the third inning. There's 2 outs. Off-speed pitch swung on. A comebacker right to the mound. Llorente picks it up, and he fires over to Montiel for the final out of the inning. And we're going to come right back with more fall baseball right here at Andre Dawson Field. And you're watching the Florida Sports Programming Network. You're watching fall baseball on FSPN. A cross-city matchup between the Wolverines of Belen Jesuit and the Southwest Eagles, who are the home team today and have the lead 3-2 in a beautiful fall afternoon. And we have a new pitcher for the Eagles. The fourth one today, his name is Ederson Urbina, and he's probably the hardest throwing of the 4 that we've seen today. We talked to J.C. Diaz the other day here when we covered a game, and he told us that he was going to use Urbina more in a closer's role. He's got a live fastball and a really good changeup. And he'll be facing David Del Pino, the catcher Joe Batista, Guille Corradi, and if anybody gets on, it's the shortstop Danny Lopez. Right now the sun is setting, the lights are on here at Andre Dawson Field, and we have a 3-2 fall game. And we didn't expect anything else. Jesse Fernandez, the head coach for the Wolverines, always puts a competitive team on the field. And you can say the same about Mandy Pelaez and his Eagles. Always very scrappy, never say die. We saw some of that last year late in the season when they beat Varela twice. Really close games. Gave these kids a lot of experience. Del Pino got hit by a pitch his last time up. The left-handed batter, wearing a high number here this spring, 74. I've seen 73. Peter Lopez wears 61. And let's take a look at Urbina here. And that's a nice live fastball taken a little high for a strike. Urbina facing Del Pino from Andre Dawson Field. There's a ball. Urbina shakes off Reyes a couple times. Finally throws the off-speed pitch. The umpire says no, no, no. Urbina comes to the waist. That fastball's lifted left side. It's going to go foul to even the count at 2-2. Ederson Urbina. Count goes full to the DH Del Pino. Urbina didn't pitch much last spring, only 6 innings pitched. They're going to count on him here in the spring as a closer. That ball swung on high for strike 3. Urbina strikes out the first batter he faces. Good fastball, good velocity, good placement. Joe Batista, the catcher, is now batting for the Wolverines. He struck out his last time up in the second inning. He's going to face Urbina here with nobody on and one out. First pitch swinging, and that's lifted up. A.J. goes back to second. He makes a great leaping catch over his head right in front of Villamar and Bell. They all converged on that one. But A.J. was able to get that one for the second out of the inning on a little blooper to second base. So Urbina trying to polish up things here in the top of the fourth inning. He'll need to put away Guille Karate, the left fielder. That off-speed pitch gets away from him a little bit. Karate, a right-handed batter. And there's a strike in there from Urbina. Due up for the Eagles in the bottom half of the fourth. It's Anthony Reyes, Tyler, and Max Rico, the bottom of the order. Strike two swinging to the left fielder, and he's wearing number 72. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Wolverine left fielder. Urbina kicks, deals, and that ball's just foul. We'll do it all over again. Ederson Urbina. Check swing. Evens the count at 2. Umpire says he didn't go around. Karate hanging in there. The 2-2. Fouled straight back. Almost hit the FSPN camera on that one. I think he threw it off its kilter a little bit. I have to send Guilla the bill for that one. Urbina on the mound for the Eagles, the hard-throwing right-hander. The left fielder for the Wolverines. And that curveball buckled him for strike 3, and that's going to end the inning. 2 strikeouts for Urbina. Your score is your home team Eagles 3, the Belen Wolverines 2, and we'll be right back here to Andre Dawson Field with more fall baseball on FSPN. Welcome back to Andre Dawson Field, where it's fall baseball between the Wolverines of Belen and the home team, the Southwest Eagles. For the Wolverines, it's Marcelo Llorente. He's been on the mound since about 4:30 today, and he's still there. And we're coming up on 5:40 in the afternoon. The sun is set. The lights are on. It's a beautiful night for baseball. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Llorente with his final warm-up pitches here to start off the bottom of the fourth inning. It'll be Anthony Reyes, followed by Tyler Villamar, Max Rico, and if anybody gets on, A.J. Perez, the leadoff batter, made an excellent play at second base. Reyes, the catcher, has made some excellent defensive plays today behind the plate. 4 different pitchers. It's hard to get used to anybody when they're changing pitchers so much, but Reyes has done an excellent job back there. And he steps in here to face Llorente. He grounded hard to third base his last time up. Llorente working from the stretch. Wearing 00. High leg kick. Throws that one in the dirt for ball 1. I'm drinking the most delicious hot chocolate you can ever put your lips on from the concession stand here at Eagle Field, one of the best concession stands in all of Dade County. Quickly 2-0 to the catcher, Reyes. Reyes had 54 at-bats last year, 13 hits. He hit .241, and he lifts that one into the short left field. Karate goes back. Now he comes in. Now he goes back. Finally makes a play on a high hit fly ball from the catcher, who's retired, for the first out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. 3-2 ball game. Marcelo Llorente, he's gone the distance for the Wolverines. Villamor steps in. Struck out his last time out. Llorente winds up. That off-speed pitch just misses inside a little bit, evens the count at 1-1 to the left-handed batting right fielder. That one's inside for ball two. Good velocity still on the Llorente fastball. He started this game for the Wolverines. That one short hops the catcher. The count goes to 3-1. He'll be followed by Max Rico. Then it's A.J. Perez. Llorente kicks high, comes to the plate, and it's ball four. The Eagles will have a runner on first here with one out for Max Rico. Max is playing third base today. Villamor being held on by Montiel at first base. Llorente comes to the plate. Rico squares the bunt but takes for strike one. Garrido came in charging from third base. Coach Pelaya is trying to put a play on here, trying to extend this lead by an insurance run here late in the game. The throw over, Tyler gets back in time. Head first dive to the base. The speedy Villamar's on first base. Left-handed batting Max Rico. A.J. Perez is on deck. He squares again. That one goes down the line. Picked up by Montiel and taking him, scooped up himself for the out. So hard bunt to first base by Max Rico. Got the runner over. So now 2 outs, and the Eagles have a runner in scoring position for the leadoff batter, who led the game off with a base hit and scored a run. It's A.J. Perez, the second baseman, batting from the left side. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Starting to get a little chilly here. A.J. as a junior last year had 71 at-bats for these Eagles. Llorente looking over. That big Luis Tiant leg kick. Gets it over for a strike. Getting back to A.J., he had 17 at-bats. 71 at-bats. He had 20 hits. 12 RBIs as a junior. Wow, that would look like it hit him. And it did. Caught A.J. on the elbow. He did have on the elbow protection, so it sounded louder than what it really was, but A.J.'s making his way down to first base, and another Eagle gets on base here. Christo Valdez steps in. He's the left fielder. He had a base hit his first time up. Perez on first. Tyler's on second. The left-handed batting Cristian Valdez with a chance to buy an insurance run here. I'm sorry, Jorge Valdez. Llorente's pitch is down. Wow, what a block by Batista. Save the runners from advancing. So Valdez, his first name is Orijo. 55 at-bats last year. 16 hits for him. The pitch from Llorente is taken. 2 balls and no strikes. Valdez hit .291 last spring. 17 walks. Llorente takes a peek at the runner. Now he comes to the plate, swung on and lifted to right field. Here comes it right fielder Lopez. And he makes the play for the third out. The Eagles strand 2. Your score is 3-2 in favor of the home team. You're watching fall baseball right here on FSPN. We'll be right back with more right after this. Welcome back to Andre Dawson Field, where it's fall baseball right here on FSPN. We have a new pitcher for the Southwest Eagle, the left-handed pitcher Lazaro, and he's going to face Danny Lopez, Jake Cueto, Andres Gross, and David Garrido for the visiting Wolverines of Belen. It's a 3-2 ball game. Top of the 5th inning. It's been, pretty much a hitter's game, pitcher's duel kind of. We've had 5 different pitchers for the Eagles and just one for Llorente. For the Wolverines, it was Marcelo Llorente. And he's pitched pretty good. I mean, he's been out there battling, competing. Let's see what the lefty Lazaro can do here. Lazaro Rojas is the pitcher for the Eagles. He'll face the right-handed batting Danny Lopez. Then it's a left-handed batting Jake Cueto, who, by the way, is 2 for 2 today. I'm sorry, he's 3 for 3 with 2 runs scored. A stolen base and a home run. He's having himself an afternoon here. Turned out to be a very spectacular night for baseball or just about anything you want to do here in South Florida. Umpire having some final words with the pitcher. And here's the first pitch. Oh, and it hit him. Oh, it just missed him. All right, I thought it hit him. By the way he reacted. So 1 ball here in the top of the 5th inning to the shortstop who struck out his last time up. All right, now it hit him. All right, Uncle Muggs here in the booth. Hey, folks, remember to subscribe and like and follow us. And if you want your game on YouTube here, broadcasted by Uncle Muggs, give us a call, send us an email, and we'll make you a star and get your team the notoriety that they deserve. Drop us an email here at the Florida Sports Programming Network. Runner on first for the Wolverines. The batter's Jake Cueto, the left-handed batter. Center fielder for these Wolverines. Lefty on lefty. It's a ball from Rojas. Looking for his 4th hit of the ball game is Cueto. Lopez stays on first. 2 balls and no strikes to Jake Cueto. Temperature's gone down a little bit as the night started to creep in here at Southwest Andre Dawson Field. Rojas with a pitch that swung on and fouled to the left side by Cueto. The count goes 2-1. Wolverines looking to tie this game. It's 3-2. Game has gone by rather quickly. Hasn't been a lot of walks. Just been good pitching and good hitting by both teams. Rojas, the left-hander, comes set. Fires that one over for a strike to even the count at 2-2. Yeah, beautiful sunset back there. Rojas' pitch is in the dirt. The count goes full now. The lefty is Lazaro Rojas. The batter's Jake Cueto. That ball's taken for strike 3. Cueto can't believe it. Throws his bat. He was on his way to first base already. So with 1 out now, that will bring up Andres Gross, the second baseman, for these Wolverines. There's a better look at the lefty. Fakes a throw over to first. Righty batter, lefty pitcher. Throws that one over for a strike. Andres Gross is the batter. There's another Statue of Liberty pump fake. Kind of frustrates the batter a little bit when you do that. He's expecting you to come to the plate. Rojas takes another look, finally comes to the plate, throws that one in there for a ball, gets away a little bit, and the runner scoots over to second safely. Now the Wolverines with a chance to tie this game here in the top of the 5th inning. Andres Gross. Lazaro Rojas comes at, whoa, and that one, I think that one hit him. And it did. They'll have runners on first and second now with nobody out. That got a piece of Gross. Third baseman steps into the box, David Garrido. He flied to center field and struck out. Now he's looking to tie the game here in the 5th with a base hit. That one hit Garrido. So the pitcher having some control issues here. Loads the bases with 3 hit batters in the same inning. Lopez is at third. Gross is at second. And now Garrido makes his way to first. And the bases are loaded here for the first baseman, Landy Montiel. There's nowhere to put him. There's 1 out. Reyes comes out to talk to Lazaro Rojas, the 5th Eagle pitcher tonight. And now it's all in the hands here of Landy Montiel. He can get a base hit. He can give his team the lead. At least a tie. Meanwhile, Rojas is looking for a pitcher's best friend here. Looking for a double play. Reyes is going to come out, talk to his pitcher. We're going to come right back. We're going to see if there's a pitching change. Pitching coach is coming out to talk to Rojas, maybe settle him down a little bit. I mean, they've used up 4 of the other pitchers. It looks like they're going to leave him in there. And nope, I'm mistaken. So here comes another pitcher. There goes the ball. We're going to be right back with more fall baseball right here on FSPN. Welcome back to Andre Dawson Field. We're in the top of the 5th inning in a 3-2 ball game between the visiting Wolverines from Belen and the home team, the Southwest Eagles. We have a new pitcher for the Eagles. It's right-hander Ryan Fernandez. He's going to inherit the bases loaded from left-handed pitcher Lazaro Rojas, who filled the bases up with 3 hit batters. So there's 1 out. Couple more warm-up pitches for the right-hander Fernandez, and he'll be facing Landy Montiel. Landy is struck out and received a base on balls. He's the 4th batter, and he's looking to at least tie the game here for the Wolverines, who are down by 1 run on the road here at Eagle Country. Beautiful downtown Westchester evening. Last couple of pitches here from Fernandez. Trying to look up Montiel's numbers. Last year he had 86 at-bats. 27 hits for these Wolverines. And he hit .314. So a good batter in Montiel. Let's see what Fernandez has for him here with 1 out and the bases loaded. Starts him off with the ball. There's a better look at Orlando Montiel. That ball's lifted a mile high in the air. The shortstop is calling for it. It's Cabrera, and he makes the play on a skyrocket shot. Looked like it got shot out of NASA. So a big break, 1 pitch and 1 out for Fernandez. Bases remain loaded. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Peter Lopez. 2 outs here for the Eagles. Hernandez can get out of a jam. Lopez can get his team a tie or the lead here in the top of the 5th inning as he steps in from the right side. There's a strike called. Lopez at the bat. Fernandez on the mound. Fernandez from the stretch throws that one in the dirt, and a great play behind the play by Anthony Reyes once again. And if I sound like a broken record, it's because Anthony Reyes is playing a great catcher position today. Definitely saved a run there. The count is 1-1 to the right fielder, Peter Lopez. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And the Eagles are 1 strike away from getting out of this inning and holding on to that 3-2 lead. Ryan Fernandez from the stretch. Kicks, he deals. That one's fouled straight back by Lopez. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The fans are on their feet here at Andre Dawson Field. Bases loaded. That ball's a little outside, and I'm going to have to say it again. Another excellent play by Anthony Reyes behind the plate. The count is 2-2. He almost dove from behind the box to grab that one. Now Fernandez is only one pitch away from getting out of this inning. Wolverines on every base. The count goes full, and can you make it any more exciting? Danny Lopez is at third. Andres Gross is at second. Danny Garrido's at first base. Your batter's Peter Lopez. The count is 3-2. The score is 3-2. And here's the payoff pitch. Swung on and fouled. Just got a piece of it at the plate. Peter Lopez had 76 at-bats last year. 10 RBIs, 18 hits. And he hit .237. Fernandez looking to strike him out here and end this Wolverine threat. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike three. Fernandez gets him. And we head to the bottom of the fifth inning with your Southwest Eagles up by 1 run. And you're watching the Florida Sports Programming Network. Welcome back, everyone. You're watching fall baseball right here on FSPN. It's the visiting Wolverines going up against the home team, the Southwest Eagles. And we have a new pitcher on the mound. His name is Carlos Canto. He's wearing number 22, a la Roger Clemens. He's a big right-hander, and he's going to face Albert Bell, Michael Cabrera, Pedro Martinez, and if anybody gets on, it's Matthew for your Southwest Eagles who are leading this game. And we're heading into the top of the fifth inning now. Sorry, bottom of the fifth. So it's Bell from the right hand. Canto's on the mound now. Joe Batista stays behind the plate. Garrido, Lopez, Gross, and Montiel make up the infield. And it's Peter Lopez, Jake Cueto, and Guilla Corrade in the outfield for the Wolverines. And here comes Carlos Canto from the modified windup. Wow, and he's got a good fastball, but that one was a little bit low. Albert takes for a ball. Quick worker, Cueto. He throws another one, throws another one down low. 2 balls and no strikes to Albert Bell. Great name, great baseball name. Cleveland Indian, Chicago White Sox. There's one over for a strike. We all know about the Joey Bell baseball card. Everybody had one of those. 2-1 the count here. Runs to 3-1. That's what you need. You need some traffic on the bases here. For the Eagles, bottom of the fifth inning. That's ball 4 to Albert Bell. So leadoff walk to Bell is going to bring up Michael Cabrera. Cabrera struck out and flied out. Bottom of the fifth inning in a 3-2 ball game here. The new pitcher is Carlos Canto. Takes a peek over at first. Bell gets back in time. Canto comes from the stretch now. Now he throws over to first. Not in time. Bell gets in. Southwest Eagles are led by Mandy Pelaez. Mandy, I think, is in his 11th year here He had a long stint at Southwest. Brief stint at Central High. And I think this is his second go-around here, this time as head coach. Runner on first for the Eagles. The batter is Michael Cabrera. Michael had 74 at-bats last year. 26 hits. He swings at that one high. He had 2 doubles and he hit .351 last year. Only 14 strikeouts and 74 at-bats. He also had 1 home run, so some power. Hits for average. Plays shortstop, and they pick off Bell. The throw over to first base. Now they got him in a rundown. Lopez and Montiel. The ball got away from Montiel. On a bad throw from Lopez, short hops Montiel at first and allows Bell to get back in there. And you can hear Jesse Fernandez, the head coach of the Wolverines, screaming out, you got to get that out. And it's true, you got to get that out. So Canto with 1 strike here to the batter. Michael Cabrera. Umpire says a ball. I believe the count is 1-1 or 2-1. Only have 1 umpire today, and he's standing right behind the mound. It's tough to, keep your eye on everything, but that's what we have here today. And that throw over to first base, and he's back in time. And there's a look at our only umpire. And he's doing a great job. I mean, he's calling everything from back there. Here's the pitch, and it gets away from Batista. Bell's going to make his way to second. Count's going to go to 2-1. And Batista's going to come out and talk to his pitcher a little bit, try to settle him down. Big right-hander. Trying not to lose Cabrera. I think they're being really careful with Cabrera. Cabrera's a good hitter. 3-2 ball game. Cabrera with a chance to buy some insurance, some Allstate, State Farm, Geico. Whatever your company, we need a run right here for the home team, the Eagles. Gross coming over. Bell with a big lead. Canto spins and deals, but he gets back in time. Bell was trying him over there with a big lead at second base. There he is again. Huge lead. Gigantic. And there he goes. There goes Bell. The throw over. He doesn't slide, and they get him. So all that playing around. And the runners wiped off the bases. He comes off the field shaking his hand a little bit, his right wrist. Maybe he slid on it, but he kind of took the bat out of Cabrera's hands. 2 balls and 1 strike now to the shortstop. Here comes Carlos Canto. A nice live fastball to even the count at 2-2. I'll tell you what, if Cabrera gets a base hit here, it's really going to hurt. He swings in a foul ball right at the plate, maybe right off his shoe. Canto calls for a new ball. Cabrera's shaking it off a little bit. I think that caught him in the back foot. Cool evening. That might hurt a little bit more tonight. Canto gets his sign from Batista. with one out. That pitch is in the dirt, and the count goes full to the shortstop, Michael Cabrera. Pedro Martinez is on deck, and he had a base hit his last time up, and he walked. So Martinez swinging a hot bat. Here's the 3-2 pitch to the shortstop, Michael Cabrera. Canto kicks and deals, and that's a strike three right down the middle. And that's 3 outs here. We head to the top of the 6th inning with the score Southwest Eagles 3 and the visiting Belen Wolverines 2. And we'll be right back with more fall baseball right here on FSPN. Welcome back to Andre Dawson Field on the campus of the Miami Southwest Eagles. On the mound is Ryan Fernandez. He stays in there, the only pitcher to pitch more than 1 inning for the Eagles. They've had 5 different pitchers. We're at the top of the 6th inning in a 3-2 ball game. David Del Pino, Joe Batista, Guille Karate, and Danny Lopez are all due up, and they're strike 1 for the visiting Wolverines. So strike 1. So evens the count at 1-1 here in the top of the 6th inning, and a great game. You know, I've always mentioned the coaching staff here at Southwest and how Mandy is so lucky to have such a great coaching staff. J.C. Diaz, George Diaz, which is one of the best athletic directors, I think, in all of the county. This field's always in good shape, and I'm hoping to have Arvis Duranova, and he is the JV coach. We'll try to get him on here in this half inning. Getting the mics ready for him. Get the camera ready for him. This guy's a star. I want to get him on here, and he's going to give us tremendous insights on what to expect here in the 2025 spring season. And there's a line shot, and it's a fair ball from the umpire. Del Pino's going to go around first. He's heading for second. The throw comes in, and they're going to hold him to a double. And a leadoff double from Del Pino here in the top of the 6th inning is going to bring up the catcher, Joe Batista, who struck out and flied out. So your pitcher is Ryan Fernandez. Fernandez is the only Southwest pitcher to last more than an inning. It's been by committee here today. Trying to get, and there's a pickoff attempt. Like I said, I'm going to try to get Mr. Duranova on here, setting things up. So great coaching staff from Mandy. That ball's in the dirt. There's a ball low from Fernandez. There's another ball low. And Fernandez with a little bit of control problems. All right, trying to get the man over here. Whoa, that ball's high and inside, and ball 4. So the visiting Wolverines are going to have runners on first and second. A double and a walk, and it's going to bring up the left fielder, Guille Karate. Corradi, and he'll face the right-handed batting here with no outs. And here we have a good time to talk to the pitching coach comes out to talk to Ryan. And here we go. All right, folks. Having a little meeting there, and now we have in the booth, it's Arvis Duranova.
What's up? What's going on?
Thank you for taking your time to come up here and being on the FSPN and talk a little bit about Southwest baseball. And you know what you're doing a lot of things here. I mean, but tell us the viewers, what's your main function here at Southwest?
I help out coach, and I do all the things the coach says, and all the coaching staff, whatever they need. I'm here, help the kids, help everybody out.
All right. So you were here last year, late in the season when you guys beat Varela a couple times.
Right.
And then unfortunately your season got cut short, but they had a good run. What do you expect from these 2025 Southwest Eagles as we come up on the season now?
A lot of pitching. I want to see pitch, and a lot of hitting, a lot of scoring runs.
And a scrappy team always put on by head coach Pelaez, and that was a play where the corners were crashing in there. Both Rico and Matthew were busting in with runners on first and second for the Wolverines, and there's the same play again. Now that bunt's put down. Matthew picks it up. He wants to go to third. He ended up going to AJ, who covered first base. The runners advance. So there'll be Wolverines on second and third with one out here in the top of the sixth inning. So a well-executed bunt. Matthew picked up the ball and couldn't get an out at third, even though Max was there. He ended up going to AJ for the out at first base. So now with one out, the batter is Danny Lopez. And we're going to have a visit to the mound from
Bowie.
Bowie is the pitching coach.
Bowie Angulo.
Arvis is with me here in the booth, and we're going to have a pitching change. We're going to give us a chance to talk a little bit about Southwest baseball. I had J.C. Diaz in here the other day. We had a good conversation with George Diaz. But one of the things that stands out for me when I come to Southwest Field is the manicured infield. How much time do you guys dedicate to this field, like every day, or how does that work?
Right after the fall season, after everybody comes back from after Christmas vacation, we work on the field a lot. We drag the field. They help us out, do everything to get this field very done.
All right, so we have a new pitcher warming up here for the Eagles. Welcome back to Andre Dawson Field, everyone. You're watching fall baseball between the Wolverines of Belen Jesuit and the home club, the Southwest Eagles, and we have a new pitcher for the Eagles. His name is Pavel. And we're going to take a peek at the right-hander with the bases loaded here. Very exciting game. I have Arvis Duranova with me in the booth. And we have a tie game here because he just got hit by the ball. Not what you want to do as a relief pitcher. Sorry, first base was open, so we don't have a tie game. But it is 3-2. Top half of the sixth inning. Jake Cueto, the dangerous batter, coming up. He has 3 hits today. He struck out his last at-bat. He led off the game with a home run. And the bases are loaded for the Wolverines. Del Pino's at third, Batista's at second, and Danny Lopez at first base. He just got hit with a pitch. That was low?
Yeah, that was low.
All right, ball one. That other voice you hear in the booth is Arvis Duranova. He's the coach for the Southwest Eagles. With those balls hit between the 5 and the 6 hole, a clean hit. One run is going to score. The left fielder bobbles it, and we got a flip-flop in the score. The 3-2 game has now become a 4-3 game in favor of the Belen Wolverines with a base hit, his 4th hit of the game. Jake Cueto brings across Del Pino and Batista. He's going to put Danny Lopez on second base. And some excellent hitting by the left-handed batter. The center fielder for the Wolverines will put that ball in play just outside the outreach arms of Cabrera. So Jake Cueto showing he can swing the bat here today. Pavel's pitch is low, swung on for a strike. Andres Gross is the batter. He's the second baseman for these Wolverines. There's a better look at Andres. Runners on first and second for Pavel, who's coming from the stretch. An off-speed pitch, check swing. Umpire says he went around. So quickly 0-2 to Pavel. I'm sorry, to Andres Gross from Pavel. He's the right-hander. He gets his sign from Anthony Reyes, who's been playing a great defensive catcher, and that one got away from him. Lopez is going to go to third.
It's not Reyes.
Who's back there now?
That's Edwin.
Edwin's behind the plate.
Yeah.
Reyes was making some excellent stops earlier today. And now a 4-3 ball game can get even worse. The infield is brought in all the way, trying to cut off a run at home. Gross trying to extend this lead. Pavel steps off. Let's see if he bunts. Now he's going to swing it, that one in the dirt, and a good stop there by Edwin behind the plate. Turned out to be a beautiful evening here for baseball. The count is 2-2 to the second baseman, Andres Gross, for the visiting Wolverines. Pavel comes, fires, and the count goes full. Three and two. Good ball game, huh? Today.
Yeah, it's a good ball game.
That ball swung on and missed for strike three. A much needed out here for the Eagles. Top of the sixth inning. That was a strikeout for Gross. It's going to bring up the third batter, David Garrido. And he was hit by a pitch. He flied out to center field and struck out his first at bat. He's the third batter and the third baseman, wearing number 2 for Jesse Fernandez's Wolverines out of Belen. So Pavel with a chance to shut it down here and limit the damage. With runners on second and third. So Lopez and Cueto. Tell me a little bit about Pavel.
He's a good kid and likes to work hard, like to run. He does everything well, pitches well. He's a good kid. He's a warrior.
That one almost got away from Edwin. So we saw a plethora of pitchers today. We saw Alvarez. We saw Pedro Martinez, Caleb Hernandez, Ederson Urbina, Lazaro Reyes, Ryan Fernandez, and now Pavel. So safe to say, a lot of good arms this year for the Eagles.
Yeah.
And you need that, especially on those weeks where you have 2, sometimes 3 games in 1 week. You have some good arms.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
And some good teams are coming in here to Andre Dawson Field. That ball gets away from Edwin. The flip back is in time. And I think they got him, and they sure did. And that's the third out of the inning. They got Lopez coming home on a pass ball. Edwin flicked it back to Pavel for the third out. And it's going to bring up the Eagles in a 4-3 ball game in favor of the visiting Belen Wolverines. And we'll be right back with more fall baseball right here on the Florida Sports Programming Network. Welcome back, everyone, to Andre Dawson Field, home of the Southwest Eagles, for some fall baseball between the visiting Wolverines and the Southwest Eagles, whom just took the lead 4-3. The game was pretty much 3-2 until the last inning. And the Wolverines were able to get on the board with a pair of hits, a sacrifice fly, hit by a pitch. And here we are, 4-3 in the bottom of the sixth inning. And Carlos Canto's on the mound for the Wolverines, and he's going to be facing Matthew, the first baseman. Then it'll be Edwin, the new catcher for the Southwest Eagles.
Who's up? Nathan's up to bat. Matthew's not here.
Okay, so we have a correction there. Nathan is up to bat.
Yes.
He'll be followed by Edwin.
No. Who's after?
Okay. So I'm getting corrected here because it's fall. They don't all have numbers on the uniform. It's a little informal. When we get to the spring, I'm sure things will be a little bit more organized. All right, so Edwin is the batter.
No.
Nathan.
Nathan's up to bat.
Got that straight.
Nathan's up to bat.
All right, Nathan is the batter. He's from the right side. He'll be facing another right-handed pitcher, Carlos Canto. He's wearing number 22. 4-3 ball game, bottom of the sixth inning here at Andre Dawson Field. And that first pitch by Canto is taken for a strike. Quickly, 2 strikes to Nathan. Pinch hitter here for the Eagles. Canto comes into his windup. He's swinging a miss. That's a strikeout for the first batter for the Eagles. All right, the Eagles bring up Edwin, batter from the right side, to face Carlos Canto, who's on the mound here for the Wolverines. Throws that one in the dirt. A 4-3 game. Started at 4:30. So this is probably the last at bat, being that it's 6:37 in the evening. Carlos Canto, the right-hander. And that ball swung on a ground ball over to Lopez, who comes across, and he fires in time to Montiel for the second out of the inning on a 2-hopper to the shortstop, who had to range to his left a little bit. Came up firing to first base. A good arm there by Danny Lopez. So quickly, 2 outs, and how the tides have turned here at Andre Dawson Field. So the right fielder, Tyler Villamar, needs to get something going here to keep the hopes alive for these Eagles. First pitch is down in the dirt. Carlos Canto. Arvis, again, I want to thank you and Mandy and JC and the entire coaching staff. And there's a ground ball right back at him. This could be the end of the ball game. Santos flips it over to Montiel. And I think that's it. We're going to have to shake him up here and take this one on the chin and hope that we learn from this one. But on behalf of everyone here at the FSPN booth, I want to thank you very much. I want to thank Mandy, JC, and the entire staff for letting us cover this game. And we'll hope to see you again, maybe here in the fall, but for sure in the spring, right?
Right. Nice seeing you, and you're doing well, everything well, and go Eagles.
Go Eagles. All right, stay tuned. We're going to have some more fall baseball later on this week, and we're going to have some more interviews coming up with some legendary coaches right here on the Florida Sports Programming Network. It's been Uncle Muggs saying so long from Andre Dawson Field.